Guys, welcome back once again. Today we have a look at getting started with PyCharm. We also have a look at how we can download and install it. Okay, but before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So let's get straight into it. So PyCharm is one of the best IDEs for Python development. So whether you are a beginner or a seasoned developer, PyCharm has a powerful features that will make your life easier. To get started, first things first, we need to install PyCharm. So to do so, head over to jetbrains.com/PyCharm, or you can just Google PyCharm, and obviously the first result will be okay. So as you can see, it's a jetbrains.com. So let's click on the first result. So as you can see here now, we have we are here. So obviously we can download it and install it later. So this is for Windows. So you can also download it for Windows 64. Okay. Since I've already downloaded it, there's no need for that. But if you haven't, make sure that you download and install it before you come to the next stage of the video. Okay. So let's go ahead and open our PyCharm. So as you can see here now, I've got a new project dialog showing. So based on this new project dialog here, under the Python, you're able to create got templates for Django, Fast API, Flats, Jupyter, and whatnot. Yeah. We've also got templates for HTML5, boilerplate, Bootstrap, native React, and whatnot. Okay. But for this video's sake here, we're going to use Flask for Python web development. Okay. But to do so, you have to also make sure that you've got Python installed on your system. If you haven't, head over to python.org and install the latest version of Python. Once you are done with that bit here, you come back to this place here. As you can see here, I've already got a Python installed. It's showing if you've already got it installed, PyCharm will automatically detect it. Okay. So I have a Python 3.12 installed here. And here, obviously, you can change the location of the project wherever we want to put it. Okay. So once you're done with all of this here, let's go ahead and create a project for the first time. So as you can see, I've already got a project created before. So it's asking me to the main window or create a new one. So I'm just going to create a new window for this video's sake. Okay. So now we have a new project being created for us. Okay. So basically the packages are being installed and whatnot. So I'm just going to pause the video for the whole things to finish. And then I'll come back to the video and we continue from here. Okay. Okay, so while the packages are being installed here, let's quickly have a look at certain things. Okay, so if we look at it here, as you can see, I've got my ID on try. So basically, I'm using the pro version for 30 days. Okay, but then after the 30 days, if I'm willing to pay, then I can continue to use the pro version, or I can start using the community version. Okay, basically, the difference between the pro and the community version is its features. Obviously, you get more features with the pro version because it's paid one, and less features with the community version. But this is not for this video. Okay, so as we can see here now, still have the project still loading here. So let's go ahead and have a look quickly. So here, as you can see, this is our the project. Let's click on it. So as you can see here, you can clone the project, you can open the project. There are a bunch of things that you can do. Okay, but we're not looking too much into that. And if we click here, get these links that we can also use. So these are very helpful. So obviously, if you want to create a new project, you can select the file, select new project. Or if you want to get a project from any version control like GitHub, and then you can select this and follow the on-screen instructions. Okay, obviously you can create a new file from scratch, and obviously you can add a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So edit here. So the edit also has got this is editor's features like copy and paste and whatnot. Obviously, have shortcuts and whatnot. Yeah. And let's have a look at the view. The views, yeah, obviously shows the recent file location and changes and whatnot. Yeah. So get access to that the view. Okay. So let's have a look at the run. Okay. So run, yeah. Run obviously is where obviously you can run the project or you can debug it. So it's basically running of the project and debugging it. Okay. Then the tools, okay, that this will can provide with extra tools or external tools. Okay. But we are not looking too much into that. Okay. So now this is what we're going to do. So now, as you can see here, now we have got the project, or I mean the package is completed. Yeah. So if we look at it, it's not a lot of it's not a lot of things going on. It's only the supporting package, and we've only got one file, which is app.py. Yeah. So the app.py obviously contains the Flask template. It's actually it only returns hello world. Yeah. So as you can see, the ID is very powerful. So even once you put on it, an explanation of what is actually going on. Okay. And got external libraries which contains the necessary package needed for us to run this project. Okay. But before we go ahead and run this project, with the PyCharm ID, you also have access to AI or code assistant. This can also help you write code, make any corrections to the code, refactor it, and help you in terms of debugging. It can also help you write unit testing for the code as well. Okay, so this is where you get it. But obviously, we're going to go into much details on my next video. So as you can see, it's a JetBrains AI. Once you click on it, you can see whatever that is actually going on here. But if you want to get it, click here, the AI chat here, and then this dialog will open. Okay, so as you can see here now, it's actually asking me for the plugin, which we're going to do on our next video. But for this video's sake, yeah, this is just to get us started. Okay, so we're not going to move this video too fast yet because we're going to create a specific for this. Okay, so obviously run it here, select this here. So here, you can edit the configuration for the project. So let's have a look at it. So as you can see here now, change the project name, change how we're going to run it, and obviously you can also change the startup file. So as you can see, the startup file is actually pointing to app.py. Okay. So to run it here, you can select here. So as you can see here, got a bunch of stuff that we can do. You can click on the Shift F9, flag it. You can run the Flask project coverage, whatnot. Yeah, but we're not going to look too much into that. So let's go ahead and click on the run. So as we can see here now, it's actually running on this link. So we can go ahead and click on the link and see what actually comes out. So as you can see here now, it's hello world being shown to us. Okay. So as you can see, it's a very simple. Get yourself started, obviously. But the next video, we're going to use the AI to actually build something. Yeah. So once again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do because I've got lots of videos coming up. And I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Peace.